Hi guys, Martin back, another CarCast. Thursday morning, so we're doing it on the right day, as long as I remember to upload it. I'm absolutely knackered. Got to Thursday, I ended up going home early yesterday because I just couldn't keep my eyes open. Why am I so tired? Because we had the last chance open, and that's what this CarCast is primarily about. So we had the UK's largest ITC event. It was classed as a major. We had 54 people turned up, 54 people play, and it was massive. It was big, and the store was chocker. People started arriving on the Friday afternoon. Great to see some of the faces that we saw from the last chance, from the Northwest Open, and obviously a load of new faces as well. It was brilliant. We went in, I say the store was really busy, which was great vibe. Staff all worked ridiculously hard to the point where at the end of the event they all looked like zombies. they were up and down the stairs doing this, that and the other. We also had a Magic pre-release for Magic the Gathering, which started at midnight on the Friday and ran through till 5:30 in the morning. So Adam and Dave ran the pre-release. So Adam left at 5:30 in the morning, was back at 10. Georgie was in till probably midnight, 1 o'clock, and then was back in at 9. I left about 1 o'clock in the morning, was back in at 8. And Jay did a double shift. He works 2 jobs. So again, guys, I've already said thanks to you, but thanks so much. Couldn't have done it without you. It was just brilliant. Dave didn't even go home. Dave at 5:30 then switched all the tables round for 40k, and then went right through till 9 o'clock on the Saturday night. Then went and collapsed somewhere. But it was brilliant. As I said, there was lots of people there, lots of games, and it was just, everybody was very, very complimentary of it. There was no issues. There was no tables flipped. There was no. It was just a good event, and what more can you say than that? It was just a good event. How did I do? All right. So I won my first 2 games. First 2 games were against Tom and Dom from Black Toad Studios. Randomly ended up playing them both, and I got 2 wins there. And it was definitely Tom's first ever tournament. I'm not sure whether Dom's played a tournament or not before, but 2 really fun games, and we had a good laugh. And then I went into the 3rd game against Gene Stealer Cults, and it was a nasty list, and there was all sorts of shenanigans going on, and it was a very tense game against that list as well. It was the last game of the day. Everybody was tired, and you could feel the tension in the game. And I lost. I didn't stand much of a chance, to be fair. And then the losing streak continued. So day 2 we went out on the Saturday night. Some went to Nando's, some went for Chinese, and then some partied all night. We had a couple of casualties Sunday morning. 2 people didn't make it in, so they ended up dropping and forfeiting their games, dropped us down to 52. But on the Sunday I came in, faced a Ravenwing list, Tom's Ravenwing list, which I played in the Northwest Open, or a variant of the list in the Northwest Open, and Tom's a great guy, real nice guy to play against. You have a lot of fun with him, and you can have some good banter. And it was a stalemate at the beginning. We both needed to get the charge, so we were lined up. It was hammer and anvil deployments, and we were lined up against each other. I didn't seize the initiative, and it was very much a case of, right, who's gonna get this? Whoever gave the other one the charge was in for a bit of a pound, and so neither of us had commit to moving forward. But he had quad heavy mortars, and he was taking units out there, so I committed, and as a result I literally just got whitewashed. I got battered. Tom's a very good player as well, to be fair. He knew exactly what he was doing. His strategies were fantastic. There's also another chance that I might be playing Tom again, because he's going to no retreat in Gibraltar. Then the final game of the day was against Mike Porter, who's a localish guy, local being Preston, and he was playing White Scars Battle Company, which for me was strange to play against, because White Scars are normally on bikes, and his weren't. They were all in rhinos, all with grav, and I seized the initiative and caused carnage on the first turn. I was popping tanks left, right and centre, wiping squads out, but it doesn't matter how hard I hit them first turn. The thing with the Battle Company obviously is you get all those tanks for free, so normally if you get first turn and you manage to cause a lot of damage, then you reduce your opponent's army, which makes them less effective against you in turn 2. But all I managed to do was bring his army almost back down to a standard set of points, which is the good and bad thing about playing against formations. But to be fair, Mike's a nice guy. I've spoken to Mike plenty of times as a customer as well. It's the first time I've played against him, and as we set up for the game, or as soon as we found out we were playing each other, his first comment was, should we just call it a draw and go and watch the Everton match? We were that close to doing it, but we didn't, and he got the win. As a result, I finished, I think it was 34th. It was early 30s, with 2 wins and 3 losses. And big congratulations at that point to Vic, coming down from Scotland. First tournament, she only started playing the game just before Christmas. She normally comes and spectates, and she brought a Tyranid list with her and finished above me, literally 1 place above me. So I got beat by a girl, as she quite happily told me. So it's off my hat to you, Vic. Get you next time. But yeah, it was a great event, and then all the prizes out. Dan Green took the title, winning £150 worth of store credit, which he's already spent. In second place was Richard with his Gene Stealer Cult, the one that I played at the end of the Saturday. And the third place was Sam, who's one of the top England players, to be fair. He was playing with Chaos Demons, and he came through from there. The final was between Dan with his Tau, Storm Surge, Riptide Wing, 2 Storm Surge, sorry, Riptide Wing, Void Shield Generator. It was a real strong competitive list, sort of set back up in the corner, and you've got to get into him, because otherwise you're just trying to take Void Shields out, and trying to get into that bubble to try and cause any damage before it unleashes is a nightmare. Now, he played Lawrence from Tabletop Tactics in that final game with Lawrence's Dark Eldar, and it was pretty much a case of whoever won that game won the tournament. It wasn't guaranteed. Lawrence could have won and still not won the whole thing based on points, but it was a very, very close game. But as I say, Dan took the lead, which meant that Lawrence went from being in top position right down to 7th, and that's the kind of dramatic effect a game can have at the end of the day. How many spaces you can drop down. But everybody enjoyed it. Prizes were all given out. Best painted armies. Special credit and mention to Simon Chatterley over on the Isle of Man. Brought a Khorne Demon Engine list. He had a Brass Scorpion, he had Mauler Fiends, he had Defilers, Soul Grinders, whichever one it was, Defilers or Soul Grinders. And when you look at that army and you look at some of the other armies on the tables, you're like, that shouldn't have placed anywhere. And to be fair to him, he finished 4th, and he also got Best Painted Army. No, Best Painted Army went to the Alpha Legion, which was Alex Heap. And we got 2 painting awards. Must have been Best Vehicle / Monster, and maybe it was Best Conversion that he got as well. Yeah, everybody had a good time. We've released the date for the next one. Now, we did say 23rd of July. That's what we told everybody. So anybody watching, it's not the 23rd of July anymore, because the British Golf Open is on that weekend, and it's in Birkdale. It's at Royal Birkdale, and as a result, already the hotels are pretty much booked up. The prices of the hotels go up, the traffic will be really heavy. It's just not a clever idea running an event that weekend. So we were going to move it back, but it's my daughter's birthday, and whilst my wife is very forgiving with me and quite lenient with me, I can't do that. So it's the first weekend in August, which I believe is the 5th of August. Double check the diaries. I haven't got obviously a diary in the car, but it's the first Saturday and Sunday of August. That's the date we're going for, unless we find that there's some other big event on that day. That's the date we're going for. Tickets go on sale on the 3rd of April. We're selling 60 tickets. We've made sure it's not on the same weekend as a pre-release this time, so tickets will go on sale, and yeah, it's going to be big. There's no reserve list. Well, there is a reserve list after the tickets have gone this time, if the tickets go. I think they will after this one. We sold out and then went through a further 12-15 people through reserves. So what I mean by there's no reserves is it's not a case of put your name down and then pay when it becomes available. It's simply a case of the tickets will go on the website, and it's a first come first serve basis. Tickets will go up, so make sure you grab them while you can. And that's it then for the Last Chance Open. As I say, great event. Everybody had a good time. Some fantastic armies, some fantastic games. That covers the Northwest Open. There'll definitely be more about that leading up to when the tickets go available. And what do we go on to next? We go on to No Retreat in Gibraltar. So it's Thursday. I'm still tired, and I've got a week. This time next week is D-Day. I suppose is the best way of phrasing it. Because next Friday, week on Friday, I fly out to Gibraltar, and when I fly out, that's it. My army's either ready or it's not ready. It will be ready, but I've still got an awful lot of white scars to paint, and I'm too tired to paint them. And I've got to run the shop as well. It's taking its toll on me. I'm hoping Thursday nights are generally quite quiet in the shop, so I'm hoping that I get a chunk of work done on them tonight. Fingers crossed. So yeah, let's crack on with that. And with the white scars are definitely going with me to Gibraltar. Really pumped and looking forward to Gibraltar, because as a result of playing in the Last Chance Open, it did what the store event and what the Northwest Open did. It reconfirmed that I do just love that game. I do love 40k. You don't always play against armies that you want to play against. You don't always play against players that you want to play against. But you come away from the weekend mentally drained, but with a bit of a buzz about it. So I'm really looking forward to Gibraltar. Going to be interesting. It's obviously before the season closes. Literally the week after is Vegas. I'm not going to Vegas. But that closes the season, and then the new season opens. And when the new season opens, I'm going to play as many games, or as many tournaments as I can manage, as many as the shop and the wife will allow me to play in. By no means am I sitting here thinking, alright, that's it, I'm going to go and win the ITC next year. I'm nowhere near a good enough player for that, but I just want to play in as many ITC tournaments as I possibly can. So to start it off, I'm going to Prague in April. Now currently Prague isn't an ITC, currently it's just the Prague Open. It's just a big 40k event, but I've been speaking with Matthaus, who owns it's Gamer Matt EU. It's their tournament, and I've been chatting with him about a few different things. Mats, obviously, I speak to him often about mats, and then potential sponsorships and such like that. But I've also suggested that he should switch to being an ITC event, so that it gives people a reason to come out. Dave's coming with me. Dave's taking either his iron hands, or he's actually in the middle of deciding whether he wants to do the cheesy horrors list. But I think they're going to get toned right down. They're broken as hell. So yeah, we're going to Prague. There'll be another couple of no retreats, which hopefully I'll be able to go to. We've got the Northwest Open, which I potentially am going to play in. I don't know. Running a tournament, running a store, and playing in the tournament, that's difficult. Like really is difficult to do. So I'm not too sure what will happen with the Northwest Open, but I'm going to see if I can get to a couple of other events as well, see what we can do and see if I can rack some points up. What army? I don't know. I've got my ideas, but it might be one army, it might be 5 different armies. I really don't know. We'll see where we go. But that's my commitment, if you like, for the next ITC season, is to try and get, if I can get 5 tournaments. You can have 7, so you can go to as many as you want, but you can only take the scores from your best 7 events. And they have 3 different level events. They have Rogue Trader events, which are small events, and obviously you get less points for playing in the small events. Then you've got grand tournaments, which is what last year's Northwest Open was, and then you've got majors, which is what the Last Chance Open was, and will be again. And your points vary depending on the size of the game, but you can only record 7 tournaments. So maybe that's what my commitment should be: 7 tournaments. See what I can do, and if we can do 7 tournaments and score well in 7 tournaments, then who knows? Might be all right, mightn't it? See what happens. But what else is there going on? Because everything's just been about 40k. Everything's been about getting this tournament sorted and getting ready. We've now, still on the note of 40k, we've got the 40k Addicts, which is a great blog. You should go and read. Dave Weston runs the 40k Addict blog. We've got his birthday bash coming up in February, 25th of February, and it's a nice 40k event. Now, it's not to say the Last Chance Open's not a nice event, but there is a competitiveness there, whereas at the birthday bash it's 1500 points. It's straight out of the GW rulebook. No formations, no allies, no lords of war, no fortifications. So it's not about playing cheesy, it's just about having some fun. It's just about going back to the way things were when it wasn't overly competitive. The winner gets 20 quid, the loser gets 20 quid. There's patent awards, it's just a nice event. There's already 20 people signed up for it. Obviously we can do 50, 60 at a push, and it's only £20 a ticket, and we're giving you food and trophies in with that. So by all means jump onto the website www.wargamesuk.co.uk, go to the events tab and you'll see 40k Addicts birthday bash there. Buy a ticket, come along, play some games for casual fun. It's just nice to get away from the competitive side. I'm obviously playing in that one myself, and it might even be that I play something like the Tyranids, because they never get to see any games anymore, so I might play them because it is nice and casual. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. But yeah, so that's coming up. We've got an X-Wing event coming up the first weekend of March. That'll be our first one of the year. It was meant to be in February, but there's a few things stopping it, clashing with other events and such. We've got a Netrunner Store Championship, which is a proper official Fantasy Flight Game Store champion with all the mats and everything up for grabs. Mini traffic jam. What else have we got coming up? Warlord. In fact, that's an important one to speak about, because next week I'll end up forgetting, won't I? So 4th of February, which is a Saturday, first Saturday in February, Warlord Games are coming up to War Games, and they're going to do a demo day. They've got a campaign coming out for their new book, the Battle of Bulge, and we're the only store in the UK who have got presents from them. So they're coming up, the demoing all day on the big demo table. We've got the big D-Day table that Mel Bose, the trained tutor, made. So if you fancy coming and having a look, then come up. If you want to have a game, it's all free. Just come up, and it's just demo day all day. Charlie will be up from Warlord, and he'll just be showing people how to play the game. And that's all he's going to do, pretty much all day. If no one comes up, I'm going to play all day. But I'm sure there will be some people. Mel, the terrain tutor's already said he's going to try and make it up, and I'm sure there'll be other people coming across. It's a great chance and a great time to get into bolt action. If you don't know what bolt action is a World War II tabletop game. So imagine Warhammer 40k, but much simpler. It's got a really nice mechanic to it with the way the dice work, but it's all World War II, so you choose your faction, whether you're going British, German, Soviets. That's what my army is, Soviets, Japanese, US, French. They're all there. Russian. I've just said Soviets, haven't I? And it's a nice, simple game, but does obviously have a competitive edge to it. There's always a winner and a loser. So come and have a crack with that one if you can. There's loads of other things. We've got something big planned for Tabletop Day this year, which we started setting out yesterday. So more details to come on that. I won't give too much away at the moment. But yeah, it's all shaping up quite nicely, to be fair. So I think I'm going to cut it there. I've pulled up. I'm going to go into work. I'm going to go and do what needs to be done and paint some white scars. So 20 minutes gone there. I'm talking about 40k more or less. Don't forget as well, Ether Revolt is out this weekend. It's actually out tomorrow, being Friday. That's the new set for Magic. There's lots of crazy combos going on in that set, so hopefully it's going to breathe a bit of life back into Magic. And yeah, I'll see you next week, guys. See you later.